to get you as far as the live coverage that is coming in from ISRO side, where we are looking at the LVM3-M6 rocket that would be lifting off at around 8:54 a.m. So we are down to the minute of the countdown. This is the BlueBird 6 satellite. The live updates that are now coming in as ISRO shortly will be launching the BlueBird Block 2 communication satellite on board its heavy lift LVM3-M6 rocket, and this is taking place from Sriharikota. That weighs, it is called around a Bahubali rocket, over 6,000 kgs, and it will be the heaviest payload dharani that has ever been placed in low Earth orbit by LVM3.
Well, definitely, this satellite is called Bahubali for a reason. It weighs about 6,100 kgs, and when launched, this would be the heaviest payload to be placed into a lower Earth orbit by the LVM3-M6 launch vehicle. So definitely, for the right reasons, the scientists at ISRO, they're calling this particular satellite as Bahubali. But we also have to remember that the satellite is not ours. The satellite is not an Indian satellite. It is in fact a US satellite. It is only the rocket. It is only the launch vehicle that is Indian in this entire mission. And this mission is being undertaken as part of a commercial agreement signed between ISRO and US-based AST Space Mobile. So this is a purely commercial mission, and this mission is being undertaken as part of a commercial agreement signed between ISRO and a US-based company called AST Space Mobile. And exactly at 8:54 a.m. from the second launch pad of the Satish Dhawan Space Centre in Sriharikota, that is where this launch will take place. In fact, yesterday, ISRO Chief V. Narayanan, he held prayers at the Venkateshwara Swami Temple in Tirumala ahead of today's launch. So, although this is not an Indian satellite, the scientists at ISRO, they are, keeping a close eye on all the developments, minute-to-minute developments. And in fact, ISRO Chairman V. Narayanan has also held prayers at a temple in Tirumala before today's launch. And of course, talking about the US-India ties when it comes to the space sector, this launch will again be, taking the US-India ties in space sector a step forward. Although this is a purely commercial mission, this again is a tie-up between the Indian Space Research Organization and the US-based, company. And this launch will definitely take forward the US-India ties in terms of space research or space sector a step forward. So let's wait and see how the mission unfolds. And this is a communication satellite, and this will be placed in a lower Earth orbit. And as we are discussing, this will be the heaviest satellite to be placed in a lower Earth orbit using the LVM3-M6 vehicle. And post the launch, we are expecting ISRO Chairman V. Narayanan to also hold a press conference, and this satellite is expected to, in fact, provide high-speed broadband connectivity worldwide for all these smartphones. That is the objective for this particular satellite. This is a communication satellite, and this is aimed at enhancing the broadband connectivity for smartphones across the world. That is the ultimate goal for this particular satellite. And within 15 to 16 minutes after the launch, the satellite will get separated from the launch vehicle, and it will start moving towards its destination. That is one of the lower Earth.
Less than 10 minutes to go before the countdown actually begins, as we are looking at the liftoff, the time that has been decided for 8:54 a.m. today, and from Sriharikota, it seems that this successful launch of the LVM3 will ensure that there is 100% success for the LVM3 rocket of ISRO, and thereafter it will attract more foreign customers to India for launching heavy satellites into space. Why is it now being called as far as the Bahubali rocket is concerned? Because the vehicle health now being said, as the updates are being shared constantly on part of ISRO, all checks that are being completed and the propellant has been loaded in the vehicle, and the weather is now green for launch.
US-based AST Space Mobile's BlueBird communication satellite, Block 2, through New Space India Limited, is a public sector undertaking of the Government of India under the Department of Space. LVM3 launch vehicle is the ISRO's heaviest vehicle. Through its LVM3-M6 mission, it will deploy the BlueBird Block 2 satellite, weighing around 6,000 kilograms, into low Earth orbit. The BlueBird Block 2 series forms part of Space Mobile Constellation Network, designed to provide direct-to-smartphone voice and broadband connectivity anywhere on Earth. without the need for ground hardware. The LVM-3 vehicle has an impeccable 100% proven success track record and has powered some of India's most prestigious missions, including Chandrayaan 2 and 3 and CMS-3 missions. Technically, LVM-3 is a three-stage launch vehicle featuring two S-200 solid strap-on boosters, a liquid core stage, L-110, and an indigenously developed high-thrust cryogenic upper stage, C-25, powered by liquid oxygen, LOX, and liquid hydrogen, LH2. Standing 43.5 meters tall, with a gross liftoff mass of 640 tons and a 5-meter diameter payload fairing, under the visionary leadership of the Honorable Prime Minister Shri Narendra Modi, India has soared to the forefront of global space exploration. His transformative space reforms have ignited a new era of innovation, ambition, and discovery. With this mission, ISRO will once again showcase its mastery, reaffirming India's unstoppable rise as a global space power.
All right, let's talk about exactly when we speak of the time. It is 8:48 a.m. and the liftoff is now supposed to happen at around 8:54. So the countdown will begin shortly. As far as when it comes to the frequent successful launches of the heavier payloads by the LVM-3 will actually contribute directly to ISRO's operational experience. So the skies are now clear as we are looking at the pictures coming in from Sriharikota. And this itself, when we speak of the Indian Space Research Organization announcing that the LVM3-M6 rocket that is carrying the next-gen US communication satellite, this is all set to launch from the spaceport at around 8:54 a.m. and this BlueBird Block 2 satellite will be launched on a dedicated commercial mission using ISRO's heavy lift vehicle, the LVM3-M6, weighing over 6,000 kgs that we're looking at from the second launch pad of the spaceport. The liftoff that will happen at 8:54. So the mission that is now being conducted under a commercial agreement between the New Space India Limited and ISRO's commercial arm and the US-based AST Space Mobile and Science. Now, this satellite, which is actually designed to provide high-speed cellular broadband that is will enable, when it comes to 4G and 5G voice and video calls globally directly to your smartphones worldwide, making it part of a global constellation for mobile connectivity. So this is where, when it comes to India's space missions in the future, it is important to realize when it comes to the broader space ambitions of India, including the development of a national space station and high throughout communication constellations that are designed to support diverse applications. So this is important there that we are looking of this announcement that ISRO has done. Of course, when it comes to this live commentary that is now coming in from Sriharikota, we'll be getting you the updates, because it seems right now, Dharani, as we speak, last minute checks are being done, and the images that are now coming in from the ISRO mission control room as it prepares to launch the LVM-3 with the heaviest payload to space.
Well, definitely the last minutes, checks and balances that is being done at the moment, and all the scientists at ISRO and also from the ATS Space Mobile, they're all thrilled for this launch. And what we're given to understand is that 15 minutes after the launch, the BlueBird Block 2 satellite will get separated from the LVM-3-6 launch vehicle. So 15 minutes after this launch, this separation will happen, and in fact a few minutes from then on, the satellite will be placed in a lower Earth orbit. And as we were discussing earlier, the BlueBird Block 2 satellite weighs about 6,100 kilograms, and this would be the heaviest satellite, the heaviest payload till now to be placed in a lower Earth orbit. And this mission is completely happening as part of a commercial agreement between ISRO and the US based company company called ATS Space Mobile. So definitely this will also be a step forward for the US India space flights in a commercial angle. Talking about this particular satellite, that is the BlueBird Block 2 satellite. This is a communication satellite, and this is designed to provide high-speed cellular broadband network. This is designed to enhance a high-speed cellular broadband network to all the smartphones across the world. So the usage of this particular satellite is not just restricted to the United States of America. It will in fact enable, or it will enhance the high-speed cellular broadband network for all the smartphones across the world. And in fact, India is very happy to be part of this project, because in the recent years, India has been establishing itself as a credible, as a credible option for launch vehicles. Apart from the US satellites, India has also launched several other satellites from other countries. So India's launch vehicles, India's rockets are considered to be reliant, and India's rockets are considered to be good when it comes to launches, such big profile launches, and that is why several other nations, including the United States, they prefer India on multiple occasions to put their satellites into space for launch vehicles. So definitely that is what Mr. V. Narayanan, the chairman of ISRO, has also stated on multiple occasions. So it remains to be seen whether Mr. V. Narayanan will hold a press conference after this launch, whether it's going to be a joint press conference with representatives of ATS Space Mobile, or is it just going to be Mr. Narayanan, is something that remains to be seen. But definitely this launch altogether, this will take the US-India ties in terms of commercial space missions a step forward. This will be a small milestone in India-US ties when it comes to the commercial space missions.
Absolutely, because as we speak, we're just counting down. It is about less than a minute to go. So it is already 8:53 a.m. Let's dip into the live audio that is now coming in as we are looking at the countdown that has now begun.
LVM3 ignites, a condition of overpressure is generated. Thrusting of solid rocket motors creates enormous acoustic levels which have a potential to affect the electronic components in the launch vehicle and satellite. To mitigate the acoustic levels, the acoustic suppression system floods the launch pad with large amount of water through nozzles so that a denser medium of water prevails around the rocket for the acoustics to travel through.
2 minutes.
यह प्रमोशन मिशन दक्षिणी पूर्वी दिशा का मिशन है, इसलिए इसमें निरंतर नजर बनाए रखने के लिए भारत स्थित शार और पोर्ट ब्लेयर में स्थित रडार स्टेशन इसमें पूर्ण निगरानी बना के रखेंगे। और इससे आगे निकलते हुए इंडोनेशिया स्थित बोगोर और ऑस्ट्रेलिया स्थित यत्रगा ग्राउंड स्टेशन की मदद से ट्रैकिंग की जाएगी।
The downrange tracking stations of Port Blair, Bogor and Yataraga will be participating for tracking the rocket, apart from the Shar tracking station closer to the liftoff.
अब हम उड़ान से 1 मिनट की दूरी पर हैं।
Stand by for the timer. T-1 minute.
दर्शकों की जानकारी के लिए बता दें, T-8 सेकेंड्स पर क्रायो स्टेज यान से अलग होंगे और T0 पर S-200 बूस्टर्स प्रथम चरण का प्रज्वलन शुरू होगा।
We are 40 seconds away from T0. The viewers may watch out for the swing out of the cryo arms and the acoustic suppression system starts its operation.
Real-time program is activated.
VSPP open. Minus 25 seconds. Minus 20 seconds. Ignition arms down. Minus 15 seconds. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0. Both S-200 motors ignited.
LVM3-M6 BlueBird Block 2 mission, a majestic liftoff. The rocket is beautifully searing through the bright Sriharikota sky.
Plus 20 seconds.
LVM3-M6 रॉकेट का सफलतापूर्ण उत्थापन द्वितीय प्रमोचन मंच से और अपनी उद्दिष्ट कक्षा की ओर बढ़ चला है LVM3-M6 रॉकेट। दोनों ठोस नोदक वाले S-200 बूस्टर्स प्रज्वलित हैं। प्रथम चरण का कार्यकाल लगभग 126 सेकंड का होगा और इस दौरान यह लगभग 6000 किलो न्यूटन प्रणोद उत्पन्न कर रहे हैं।
Very thrilling vibration at the launch base due to the thrusting of twin S-200 motors.
+1 minute. Short to engine main auto.
बहुत ही साफ नजारा देखने को मिल रहा है। यहाँ उपस्थित लोगों को बहुत ही रोमांच का अनुभव हो रहा होगा। बहुत दूर तक हम इस यान को देख पा रहे हैं और मुमकिन है कि प्रथम चरण का प्रतिगमन भी देख सकेंगे।
Each S-200 motors generates 5,952 kilonewtons. Burn duration for present mission is 132.5 seconds.
Well, the liftoff has happened and this has been a successful launch that we are looking at just before the year ends. Beautiful pictures that are now coming in from Sriharikota as far as ISRO has now successfully launched the BlueBird Block 2 communications satellite.
द्वितीय चरण का प्रज्वलन शुरू हो चुका है जो कि L110 चरण है। इसका प्रज्वलन शुरू हो चुका है। अब दोनों स्टेप ऑन बूस्टर्स और L110
परफॉर्मेंस नॉर्मल
चरण एक साथ प्रज्वलित हैं।
The L110 stage and the two S-200 boosters.
Both S-200 motors separated.
Just now we have had a confirmation of the separation of the two S-200 boosters.
रेंज ऑपरेशन निदेशक द्वारा इसकी पुष्टि की गई। दोनों S-200 बूस्टर को यान से पृथक कर दिया गया है। इसमें लगे जेटिसनिंग मोटर की मदद से उसे यान से सफलतापूर्वक और सुरक्षापूर्वक पृथक कर दिया जाता है।
We are 160 seconds into the flight. Current altitude 104 kilometers.
वर्तमान में L110 यानी द्वितीय चरण प्रज्वलित है।
Payload fairing separated. +3 minutes. Closed loop guidance initiated.
यान से ऊष्मा कवच को पृथक कर दिया गया है। अब यान 123 किलोमीटर की ऊंचाई पर प्राप्त कर चुका है और वर्तमान में यान क्लोज लूप गाइडेंस के अंतर्गत स्वतः दिशा निर्धारण कर रहा है।
The closed loop guidance has been initiated for LVM3 launch vehicle. Hereafter, the rocket will use real-time data from onboard sensors to continuously correct its flight path. The payload fairing has been already jettisoned as the rocket has cleared the dense atmosphere.
तरल नोदक पर आधारित यह चरण दो उच्च प्रणोद वाले विकास इंजन की मदद से कुल 1600 किलो न्यूटन का प्रणोद उत्पन्न करते हैं। इंजन की अधिकतम प्रभावी क्षमता प्राप्त करने के लिए ईंधन और ऑक्सीडाइजर का खास अनुपात मिलाकर यह प्राप्त किया जाता है। इस चरण का प्रज्वलन का लगभग 200 सेकंड का होगा। इस चरण में यान में लगे एक्सेलेरोमीटर और जायरोस की मदद से इंजन जिम्बल किया जाता है और यह क्लोज लूप गाइडेंस के अंतर्गत अपनी दिशा निर्धारण करता है।
First stage performance normal.
The second stage L110 is continuing its operation. The two Vikas engines together generating 1600 kilonewton thrust. The tracking station at Sriharikota continues to track.
जी हाँ, यान पूर्णतः सामान्य निष्पादन करता हुआ अपेक्षित पथ का अनुकरण करता हुआ उद्दिष्ट मिशन की ओर बढ़ रहा है।
Stage authorization issued.
तृतीय चरण यानी क्रायो स्टेज चरण को अनुमोदित कर दिया गया है।
Shar and BlueBird ground stations continue to acquire data.
L110 stays separated. Cryo stage ignition command. Cryo stage ignition confirmed.
यहाँ सभी वैज्ञानिकों के लिए ये एक हर्ष का पल होता है। रेंज निदेशक द्वारा भी इसकी पुष्टि की गई। गई द्वितीय चरण को सफलतापूर्वक बनकर यान से पृथक कर दिया गया है तथा अंतिम चरण तृतीय चरण प्रज्वलन शुरू हो चुका है।
Now the third stage of LVM-3 rocket, the cryogenic stage, has commenced its operation.
Cryo stage performance normal.
It is thrusting nominally with 28.6 tons of cumulative propellant loading of liquid hydrogen and liquid oxygen. The engine develops 200 kilonewtons thrust.
LVM-3 रॉकेट के ऊपरी चरण जो कि क्रायोजेनिक अपर स्टेज कहलाता है, क्योंकि इसमें क्रायो ईंधन लिक्विड हाइड्रोजन तथा लिक्विड ऑक्सीजन का प्रयोग होता है। यह इंजन गैस टरबाइन की मदद से लगभग 200 किलोन्यूटन का सामान्य प्रणोद उत्पन्न करता है। इस चरण का कार्यकाल 648 सेकंड का होगा। इस चरण का व्यास 4 मीटर तथा ऊंचाई 13.5 मीटर की होती है। इस चरण में दिशा निर्धारण के लिए इंजन जिम्बल कंट्रोल और रिएक्शन कंट्रोल सिस्टम्स का प्रयोग किया जाता है। इस चरण में कुल 28.6 टन क्रायो ईंधन का भराव हुआ है और यह अपनी उद्दिष्ट कक्षा की ओर अग्रसर है। क्रायो चरण सबसे जटिल इंजन माना जाता है, क्योंकि क्रायो ईंधन जैसे लिक्विड ऑक्सीजन जिसका कि बॉइलिंग पॉइंट -253 डिग्री सेंटीग्रेड और लिक्विड ऑक्सीजन का बॉइलिंग पॉइंट -183 डिग्री सेंटीग्रेड होता है। इस तापमान में ईंधन को तरल बनाए रखना और इनका कार्यान्वयन करना सबसे जटिल कार्य होता है। लेकिन भारत अब इसमें पूर्णतः स्वायत्ता प्राप्त कर चुका है। इस चरण को इसरो नोदक कॉम्प्लेक्स महेंद्रगिरी में तैयार तथा परीक्षित किया गया है।
The cryogenic stage C-25 is powered by CE-20 engines using liquid hydrogen and liquid oxygen. It delivers 200 kilonewton thrust and adds significant data V of 3.89 kilometers per second by the end of its operation for the present mission. The stage operates on gas generator cycle. It works by burning a small fraction of propellant in a side chamber to power turbo pumps, while the majority of propellant goes into the main chamber for thrust. It's a highly reliable cryogenic engine operating principle. For the present mission, upper stage operates for 12 minutes and 20 seconds.
वर्तमान में पोर्ट ब्लेयर स्थित रडार स्टेशन हम तक आंकड़े उपलब्ध करा रहे हैं, जिससे हमें यह जानकारी मिल रही है कि यान पूरी तरह सुरक्षित और सामान्य प्रदर्शन कर रहा है और अपने उद्दिष्ट पथ की ओर अग्रसर है। LVM3-M6 के समर्पित वाणिज्यिक मिशन में यह उपग्रह ब्लूबर्ड ब्लॉक 2, जो कि अब तक का सबसे भारी संचार उपग्रह माना जा रहा है, यह लगभग 6100 किलोग्राम भारी है। यह उपग्रह निम्न पृथ्वी कक्षा में सीधे मोबाइल तक ब्रॉडबैंड कवरेज प्रदान करने में सक्षम है, जो वैश्विक रूप से दूरस्थ, ग्रामीण, समुद्री और असेवित क्षेत्रों के लिए लक्षित है। अंतरिक्ष प्रौद्योगिकी और मोबाइल की दुनिया में क्रांतिक तकनीक का प्रदर्शन करने वाला यह उपग्रह, इसे संयुक्त राज्य अमेरिका के AST स्पेस मोबाइल ने तैयार किया है। यह उपग्रहों का नक्षत्र तैयार करने जा रहे हैं, जिसकी मदद से मौजूदा स्मार्टफोन में किसी भी समय और दूरस्थ क्षेत्रों में भी इंटरनेट सेवाएं उपलब्ध करा सकेंगे। इस तकनीक के लिए इसमें सबसे बड़े व्यावसायिक फेज्ड एरे एंटीना तैनात किए गए हैं, जो विस्तृत होकर लगभग 2400 वर्ग फुट तक फैल जाएंगे। इसमें संवर्धन कर पूर्ववर्ती ब्लूबर्ड उपग्रहों की तुलना में 10 गुना अधिक डेटा प्रसारण की क्षमता बनाई गई है। यह 4G तथा 5G जैसी सुविधाओं को सीधे अंतरिक्ष से मोबाइल तक पहुंचाने में सक्षम होंगे और वर्तमान में यह ब्लूबर्ड ब्लॉक 2 एक बड़े नक्षत्र के बेड़े में शामिल होने जा रहा है।
The BlueBird Block 2 communication satellite developed by AST Space Mobile of USA is the heaviest payload the LVM-3 rocket has so far carried. The satellite is a part of the next generation of BlueBird communication satellites designed to provide space-based cellular broadband connectivity directly to standard mobile smartphones.
Cryostage performance normal.
This constellation of satellites will enable 4G and 5G voice and video calls, texts, streaming and data for everyone, everywhere at all times. It features a 223 square meter phased array, making it the largest commercial communication satellite ever deployed in low Earth orbit.
Plus 11 minutes.
The launch window for this launch is razor thin. The target orbit requires exact phasing and there is a need to ensure global coverage. One of the important global orbital parameters is the right extension of ascending node or RAN. It is the angle measured eastward from the vernal equinox to the point where a satellite crosses the equator going north. It defines the orientation of the orbital plane in space. Two satellites with the same inclination and attitude but different RAN are in different orbital planes. By combining RAN spacing or the plane distribution and phasing by way of satellite spacing, constellations achieve near global coverage. To insert satellites into specific RAN slots, launches must occur at precise times when the launch site aligns with the designed orbital plane. This mission is being undertaken as a part of commercial agreement between NSIL and AST and Science LLC, a US-based company.
तृतीय और अंतिम चरण का प्रज्वलन जारी है। LVM3-M6 अपने मिशन की ओर अग्रसर। LVM3 प्रमोचक यान नए यानों की श्रेणी में 5वीं पीढ़ी का प्रमोचक यान है, जिसकी क्षमता 10,000 किलोग्राम वाले उपग्रह को निम्न भूकक्षा में ले जाने की है। LVM3 के पिछले मिशनों में भारत का गौरव बढ़ाने वाले चंद्रयान 2, चंद्रयान 3, संचार उपग्रह CMS-03 और वाणिज्यिक मिशन में OneWeb India 1, OneWeb India 2 मिशन का सफलतापूर्वक हमने देखा।
13 minutes.
यह इस प्रमोचन यान की 6वीं प्रचालनरत उड़ान है और तीसरी वाणिज्यिक उड़ान है। अब तक पूर्ण विश्वसनीयता के साथ सभी मिशन को पूरा करने LVM3 रॉकेट इस बार भी सज्ज है LVM3-M6 ब्लूबर्ड ब्लॉक 2 मिशन को पूरा करने के लिए। अब हम उड़ान से 815 सेकंड की दूरी पर आ चुके हैं। वर्तमान में यान की ऊंचाई 526 किलोमीटर तथा सापेक्ष गति 6.17 किलोमीटर प्रति सेकंड है।
Cryostage performance normal. Plus 14 minutes.
We are 14 minutes past the launch time. The cryogenic stage presently thrusting. The trajectory of the rocket precisely following the prediction.
तृतीय चरण पूर्णतः सामान्य अपने अपेक्षित पथ का अनुकरण करते हुए उद्दिष्ट पथ की ओर जा रहा है और कुछ ही क्षणों में हम देखेंगे कि तृतीय चरण को कक्षा की स्थितियां प्राप्त होने पर स्वतः बंद कर दिया जाएगा और तत्पश्चात हमारे ब्लूबर्ड ब्लॉक 2 उपग्रह को कक्षा में स्थापित किया जाएगा।
A relative velocity of 7.07 kilometers per second has been acquired so far.
Cryostage performance normal.
The cryo stage is expected to perform till,
Cryostage shut off.
and here we have a confirmation of the
Satellite
shut-off of
injection conditions achieved.
the shut-off of cryo stage and eager awaiting for the satellite deployment.
BlueBird Block 2 satellite separated. LVM3-M6 BlueBird Block 2 mission successfully accomplished. Handing over to mission director.
अभी अभी रेंज निदेशक को आपने सुना.
BlueBird Block 2 spacecraft is successfully injected into the specified orbit. LVM3-M6 mission is successfully accomplished.
ये सभी के लिए हर्ष और उत्साह का पल यहाँ पर, जिसमें इस मिशन में ब्लूबर्ड ब्लॉक 2 उपग्रह को सफलतापूर्वक उद्देश्य कक्षा में स्थापित कर दिया गया है.
We have had a successful mission of LVM3-M6 BlueBird Block 2 mission. Congratulations to Team ISRO, Team NCL and the customers AST Space Mobile. Do stay connected for the address by Secretary DOS, Chairman ISRO Dr. V. Narayanan and senior executives. We sign off from the commentary box. Namaskar.
जी हम आपसे आगे लेते हैं सभी दर्शकों और इनके उपभोक्ताओं जो इस मिशन से जुड़े हुए हैं. आप सभी को बहुत शुभकामनाएं. धन्यवाद.
Well, mission has been successful as the LVM3-M6 have now lifted off exactly at 8:54 a.m. Pictures that are now coming in from the mission control room. Handshakes are there, people hugging each other. The scientists are ecstatic as one of the last launches that we are looking at of this year before it ends. This has been a successful launch of the BlueBird Block 2 communication satellite on board its heavy lift LVM3-M6 rocket from Sriharikota that weighs around 6,000 kgs, the heaviest payload ever to be placed in the low Earth orbit by the LVM3. This historic mission is under a commercial deal between ISRO's arm New Space India Limited and the US firm AST Space Mobile that aims to deploy a next-generation satellite providing high-speed cellular broadband directly to the smartphones across the globe. So the cryogenic stage of the LVM3 has been performed normally. On eyes on the separation as far as when it comes to these developments that are being constantly shared on part of ISRO. The 3 stages have been performed, and as far as ISRO successfully, Dharani now launching the LVM3 with the heaviest foreign satellite from the Indian soil to space.
Well, definitely ISRO must be very happy today because this is a US satellite that is being put into space through an Indian launch vehicle, and this will definitely take the US-Indian space ties a step forward. And of course now we are almost 20 minutes into the launch, and so far the launch the mission looks pretty good. It looks like a successful mission, but still we'll await for an official confirmation from the Indian Space Research Organization about the status of the mission. But so far everything is going as per the plan, and so far the mission looks pretty successful. So let's wait and see for the final result. But definitely we saw the visuals coming in from the Satish Dhawan Space Centre.
Through communication satellites in the intended orbit. This is the first dedicated commercial launch for a customer from USA, that is AST Space Mobile. Let me congratulate the New Space India Limited, the launch vehicle teams of the Department of Space and the satellite project team of AST Space Mobile on this outstanding achievement and contribution for the global community. This is our 104th launch from Sriharikota, also the 9th successful mission of LVM3 launch vehicle, demonstrating its 100% reliability. As all of you may recall, we had the LVM3 launch just last month, 2nd November 2025. This is also the first time we have a back-to-back mission of LVM3 within just 52 days. It's a great achievement and a great target achieved as per the vision of our Honorable Prime Minister of India. This was not an easy task considering the enormous efforts required, because it requires very close coordination among various teams at different ISRO centers, units, industry, launch complex, and the entire infrastructure availability. I take this opportunity to congratulate each and every team members for achieving this great feat for our country. Today's mission has brought yet another important glory to the India. This is the heaviest satellite ever lifted from Indian soil using a Indian launcher. This is also the third fully commercial mission of LVM3, and the vehicle has demonstrated its excellent track record, including the Chandrayaan-2, Chandrayaan-3, OneWeb missions and CMS-3 satellites. This has injected in the orbit. Dear friends, I am extremely happy to announce the performance of the orbit what we have got is less than 2 kilometer dispersion we have got. This is one of the best performance of any launch vehicle in the global arena. With this mission, India has successfully launched 434 satellites for 34 countries. In today's mission, as I told, all the vehicle systems have performed extremely well. We have also, for the first time, inducted electromechanical actuation control system for the S-200, which is also successfully demonstrated for the first time. This gives us great confidence for the Gaganyaan program. And this achievement is because of the guidance, mentorship given by our elders, the robust review mechanism, hard and smart work of every Department of Space team members, our industrial partners, academia, for their outstanding contributions. On this occasion, let me also thank our mentors for the strong foundation made for us to stand great and accomplish this type of great missions. Also, let me take the opportunity to thank MSAST Space Mobile for having great confidence on Indian launcher and giving this opportunity for accomplishing this great feat. Even though a launch vehicle mission is a very, very tough job, today, the way the launcher has performed, that demonstrates the confidence and the single-minded devotion and hard and smart work of every members of the space activity. Let me congratulate all the review team members, audit committee members, and the entire elders, all the elders, and our family members on this great occasion. As you all know, the reward for hard work is more work. We are having lot of program in our hand, and we have to accomplish everything perfectly in a very systematic way. Right now, the orbit details are with me. We intended to achieve 520 kilometer circular orbit. What we have got is close to 518.5 kilometer circular orbit. That is the performance of this vehicle. With this, right now, we are having the leaders of Indian space program with me. So first, let me ask the project director and the mission director, Mr. Victor Joseph, to address the gathering. Mr. Victor.
Thank you, sir. Very good morning to everyone. And once again, LVM3 has risen to the occasion. Respected Chairman ISRO, former Chairman, Center Directors, senior colleagues, and all those attending here and online. Today, we have the 9th consecutive successful flight of LVM3 and the 3rd international collaborative mission for LVM3. And today, successfully launched the heaviest satellite ever lifted from Indian soil, the BlueBird Block 2, and placed it accurately in the designated orbit. On this significant occasion, I sincerely thank our respected chairman for his continued leadership, guidance and encouragement, and I also acknowledge the steady support provided by all center directors throughout this mission. I thank the efforts of NCIL team for their effective coordination, and I thank AST for placing the trust in LVM3 for this very important launch. And special appreciation to all the review forums whose rigorous and timely evaluations ensured mission readiness at every stage. My sincere thanks goes to the development teams across all the launch vehicle centers, our industry partners, the assembly teams, the technical facilities, the quality safety groups. Our collaborative work culture is once again demonstrated. I also take this opportunity to acknowledge the families of our team members whose patience and support form the backbone of our collective efforts. I wish to specially recognize my project team, the Vehicle Director Biju Thomas, Associate Vehicle Director Sudesh, Associate Project Director Rajesh Shagar, the PMO team led by Dayal, Deputy Project Directors, and every member of LVM3 team. We were able to realize this back-to-back mission success within a very remarkably short time frame following the M5 mission. And also, we could demonstrate the technologies for significant jump in the payload capability of LVM3. So before I conclude, I wish AST team a smooth and successful spacecraft operations in the days ahead. And with the same focus, discipline and teamwork, I am confident that we will continue to contribute meaningfully to nation's space endeavors. Thank you.
We have got the launch vehicle team led by the Director of Vikram Sarabhai Space Centre, Mr. Rajarajan with us. Mr. Rajarajan.
Thank you, Chairman. Most respected Chairman, Secretary, Department of Space, and former Chairman, mentors, distinguished professors, center directors, all my colleagues, and the respected customer, AST. It was an overwhelming experience to have.
Well, mission success that we are looking at, so Dharni, we were waiting for that confirmation, and that confirmation has come from the ISRO chief himself. The LVM3-M6 mission has successfully placed the BlueBird Block 2 satellite into its intended orbit.
Well, this mission is definitely a huge success. That is what ISRO chairman V. Narayanan is heard telling. He says that the LVM3-M6 rocket has placed BlueBird Block 2 satellite at its desired place, that is a lower Earth orbit. So definitely, it's a very happy day for the scientists at ISRO and for the scientists at AST Space Mobile. So definitely, they will go on to celebrate just like all of us. And talking about this satellite, as we've been discussing, this is 6,100 kgs. This is not some small satellite that can be very easily carried, and for the right reasons, this satellite is being termed as the Bahubali today. It is called Bahubali because of its weight, and it weighs about 6,100 kgs, and it is in fact indeed a very happy news for India that AST Space Mobile company, the company AST Space Mobile, they chose ISRO and they chose LVM3 launch vehicle to launch their satellite, this very heavy satellite. So that is something that they can all feel proud about, and now the results are in fact coming in. The desired results are coming in 16 minutes after the launch that happened around 8:54 a.m. Both the satellite and the launch vehicle, they got separated, and now ISRO chairman V. Narayanan has confirmed through a press conference that in fact the satellite has been placed at the lower Earth orbit, at the destination in the lower Earth orbit where it's destined to be placed. Definitely very good news coming in the morning for all of us. So this particular launch is being done as part of a commercial agreement between ISRO and AST Space Mobile, and this launch will take the commercial relationship in terms of space science between ISRO and US a step forward. And Mr. Narayan was telling that ISRO has so far launched 434 commercial satellites from 34 different countries. That is the number that is being given to us, Mr. Narayan, and he says that there has been, so far including this one, there has been 434 commercial launches, commercial satellite launches from 34 different countries, which means that India is developing to be a prime prime destination for all the other countries to launch their respective satellites. They choose
so before the year ends, 2026 even looks more promising because this launch is amongst the heaviest payloads ever attempted by India, highlighting the evolution of the country's launch capabilities and the growing trust also of international clients in Indian technology. So far, as we are looking at ISRO's track record with the LVM3, that has also included missions like Chandrayaan-3 and successful launch of OneWeb, which together placed over 70 satellites into the orbit. The year is ending on a high note. In 2026 even looks more promising when it comes to India's space ambitions. Thank you very much, Dharni, for getting us that update. Heading into a short break, you're watching Times Now.